The Berserker axe is a very powerful weapon that happens to have some not so good side effects. Let's talk about that today. Hey fellow Game Masters, I'm Richard Quiner, and welcome back to the Daily D20, your daily dose of all things tabletop role-playing games, helping you build your world and master your game. As always, if you like what you see on the channel, I invite you to hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when I upload new videos every day. Now, since it's the Sunday stash and we've been talking about some nifty little magical items the last couple weeks, I decided to shift gears, do a little shorter video about a weapon that is pretty powerful and pretty scary when you really think about it. And it's the Berserker axe. The Berserker axe can be any type of axe in the game of Dungeons & Dragons that when wielded, it gives a +1 to the damage roll and to the attack roll by the wielder. In addition to that, it increases the character's maximum hit points by +1 hit point for every level that the character is. So if it's wielded by a level 10 character, their maximum hit points goes up by 10. And all of that sounds really cool and really useful, and it would be great in any combat scenario to have extra hit points and a +1 on both your damage and attack rolls, but there is a downside. That axe is cursed. When a player attunes with the axe, and when I say attune, it's kind of a bond that a player gets with the item after using it for a certain amount of time. When the player attunes with the axe, then they are immediately hit with a curse that basically, first off, they don't want to let the axe go. They want to keep it in their possession. They want to sleep with it like a teddy bear at night. They're very attached to this axe. In addition to that, anytime the players are in a combat situation and the owner of this axe decides to attack an enemy with a weapon that is not this axe, they are attacking at disadvantage on that roll. And the last side effect of this Berserker axe is when the wielder is attacked by an enemy, they actually have to make a wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save they go into a berserk state. Now what is the berserk state? In a nutshell, that means the player has to spend every one of their actions on every one of their turns, attacking with a melee attack on all their enemies until they are out of enemies to kill. This means in a combat situation, when the player turns berserk, they no longer get to actually use strategy and have tactical combat, but they instead have to just blindly rush into their opponents and hit them as much as they can. With all those negative side effects, why would anyone actually want to use this axe? And that comes into storytelling with the game master and the player. Whenever people encounter a cursed item up front, it seems pretty innocent until they start using it and finding out about the other problems that it might have. So right away, as a player begins to use this Berserker axe, they might find that the +1 to their rolls and the plus however many hit points they get very appealing, and they might want to keep holding on to it until they attune to it, and then suddenly they're cursed. When an adventure party has a player that is cursed, a lot of times it makes for a nice side adventure as they try to remove the curse, whether they want to just use a magic to remove the curse or go find a wish or some other type of powerful spell to kill the curse of the axe. One major downside I could see here is if the player actually has a very, very low wisdom score to begin with, and then as soon as they get attacked, they have to keep making wisdom saving throws, they're more likely to fail those and go into a berserk state more often. And being in that berserk state isn't always ideal depending on your combat situation. There are plenty of times when an adventure party wants to kill everyone except for one, and if their friend happens to be cursed and is now in a berserk state, they're going to kill everyone they can. But the plus side of this as an item is cursed items do make for fun storytelling. They make for interesting conflict in a party, and they really push the limits of the role-playings of the players themselves. I find it kind of refreshing to be able to step out of my character for a little bit just because I have a curse. And like I said before, a lot of times these cursed items lead to an adventure that the party can go on to remove the curse and save their friend. So here's the question of today. If you had an adventure party with a cursed item, what kind of adventure would you make them go on to remove the curse? Would you let them just find a nice spell to remove it, or would you make them go through a whole bunch of trials and tribulation to save their friend? Let me know in the comments below. If you've liked this video, please go ahead and hit the like button, I do appreciate it, and of course hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can know when I upload new videos every day. And well, fellow Game Masters, I hope you enjoy this brief summary of the Berserker axe. I've been Richard Quiner, thank you for watching.